YouTubers, what is up? We are coming at you, recording in the same space. My boy Chris is here with me tonight to talk to you about Wolverine. Now, we said we're going to come at you with some Aquaman, and we still plan to do that, but we are coming at you with Wolverine first. And we wanted to talk to you a little bit about our second favorite Canadian. Looking at you, super sexy Ryan Reynolds. Reach out to us. You know you love us. But all kidding aside, we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Wolverine because we've gotten some books recently. And then we're going to go back to finishing off our first round of the DC Justice League before rolling into some other topics like Ninja Turtles and so forth. So without further ado, let's talk about some Wolverine. Now this comes to you from Roland Boshi, and this was a sketch done back in, I want to say, 2019 for me at New York Comic Con. So thank you very much, Mr. Boshi. And now, without further ado, take it away, Chris.
All right. We all know they're coming. The mutants, they're coming to the MCU. We don't know when, but soon enough. And who's everyone's favorite? That's it. This is the book. 181. Big shout out to Mike at Next Generation Comics in Islip Terrace. They always have something new. He hooked me up with this. And this is probably the biggest book I'm ever going to own. So I am just excited to have it in the collection. It needs no introduction whatsoever. It is what it is. You can argue cameos versus first appearances. This is the book. And I think it's a good investment. It's basically... he's coming. We don't know what form, but it's going to be Wolverine. This book is going to continue to go nuts. So,
now, do you mind if I actually, put you on the spot as I like to do? Now, without getting into too much, you can talk about personal details, how much you paid for it, but this is coming at you end of February 2021. I don't see this book really going any lower than what you paid for it. If anything, it's going to keep going higher, especially in a grade of 8.5. He's coming to the MCU. It may not be Hugh Jackman, but we know he's going to be coming in some form or another. They cannot ignore the iconic Wolverine for too much longer in the MCU. So, at this point, would you say, Chris, any grade, regardless of 0.5 through 10-0, 9-8, whatever, anything is worth an investment at this point?
I think so. I think just having this book, like I said, I'm just thrilled to have it. It was nice to have a nice high grade. In my opinion, I know there's higher out there, but I think when we finally start conventions up again, I think people are going to realize there's really not that many of these out there slabbed, in really good shape. We'll see. We may be going to a show soon. They are some of the small ones are starting up, right? So we'll see what's in the room, but I think go get this book now. I don't see how you lose out. I think say almost all of us are on Key Collector at this point. It's going up every week right now. I don't see, if you can get in now, I really don't see it dropping below whatever you're buying it for. If it's basically beginning of 2021, he's coming. It's gonna happen. And no matter what, even if it's, we'll talk about some other characters, but if it's, kind of an X-23 deal or, whatever other incarnation, this is still the book to have. This is the Bronze Age book to have. This is it. This is the one that everyone wants, and I think there's not as many out there as you think. Buying Raws.
Especially in an 8.5 or higher, for sure.
You're buying Raws, you got to check for that Marvel value stamp. I don't know. I'm super pumped to have it. I can't express, my thanks for Next Generation. Again, check them out. So, that's it. I'm going to stop geeking out over this one. All right, let's go on to some other stuff.
All right. Now for the well, actually, you got the next book. You got the Wolvie #1 there.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of everything else. Like if you can't get the big book, that you go to the second best. They're all popping. We know all the books are going nuts. So if you can't get the top book, your first appearance, what's that? The second appearance, some of the other big books. So I mean, my pick for this for Wolverine is if you can't get 181 or even a 180, let's say, it's this miniseries. I mean, Frank Miller, I think Chris Claremont. I mean, all these covers from this miniseries are iconic.
1982.
Yep, I think they're undervalued for what they are. I mean, these are great wall books. I know CGC's having signature series left and right. You can't go wrong with the miniseries, and you got one of these too, right?
Yep.
I mean, the whole series is awesome. It's one of those books where I think the #1's the highest valued one for what it's worth. But if you have the whole series, it kind of if you're gonna resell it or something, it definitely kind of multiplies it. And every cover is pretty cool, and I mean
that is an iconic cover.
Nice little frame.
Yeah, absolutely. So for next, I got actually to follow in line. I got issue #2. So we've got the miniseries Frank Miller, #2 from 1982. This is the first full appearance of Yukio in a newsstand. Now, actually, I was at a local comic shop out by you in probably about a couple years ago. So I want to say like 2000, maybe 19. And I was able to find this out by you for $10. Definitely gone up since then, but you're still going to be able to find this at a local shop in decent condition for like under $50. So again, the whole miniseries, it's worth owning for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there you go. Go out, grab it. Newsstand is pressable like everything else these days.
All right. And what do we go to next after the miniseries? Might as well keep going. Wolverine second series #1. It's it's another becoming like an iconic cover. Newsstand for what it's worth. I know some of you still resist to it. They're out there and they're commanding that premium. But I mean, just basically everything Wolverine. I can't see it being a bad bet. There's no way this character's not showing up in the MCU. I mean, I can't see it not happening.
Hugh Jackman, I don't think is really in the cards. I would love to see it, but probably not. But, hopefully the next person is worthy of picking up the mantle and carrying it forward.
A couple years down the road, there we go again. That's
maybe.
It.
I mean, he already did the Old Man Logan, kind of, but
not right.
Right.
Not right.
we hope to see it. So you went with the start off of the Wolverine series in a newsstand #1. Now I've got Wolverine #4 also in a newsstand, and this is the first appearance of Bloodsport, also the first appearance of Rising House.
Rough House.
Rough House. Yeah, you're right. I've had a drink or two. No shame in that. We're doing this live.
Cheers to that.
So to speak. But yeah, anyway, #4, also an iconic cover. So there you go. Now, I guess next would be, that's on me. So let me just get some liquid courage here. All right. Now we're going to go with issue #8. And this is John Buscema from 1989. This is Wolverine #8. This is really not so much a Wolverine cover, but more of a Hulk cover. This is Hulk in his Joe Fixit persona. That's Fixit. For those of you that are playing the Avengers game like me, this is a purchasable and downloadable costume that you can buy for the Hulk character. I was able to get this about a year ago for $5. In fact, I mentioned this in a previous episode. Want to go back to like maybe 3 or 4. But again, this is an iconic cover. This is on Key Collector in near mint condition. We're talking about $50 or so. So check it out, and it's definitely, definitely in the buyable range at this point. What do you got, Chris?
Let me see. Next, what did I grab here? All right. I mean, if you can't get any Wolverine books, what's the next best thing? His kids. So, don't have the full Nick's #1, the full X23, but this is that kind of infamous X23 labeled test tube issue. This is Wolverine number 80, and this is in the dollar boxes, guys. You can grab this. I don't know. It's just fun to have. The hell with it. Like, why not? And you get your, you get your Wolverine fix.
F it.
Yeah. You get your Wolverine fix. It's a fun little book. It's actually a pretty badass cover. And, I mean, it's one of my picks just to grab for the Wolverine collection.
All right. Very cool.
What do you got?
I'm sticking with that same Wolverine run. I'm going to go with number 27. And this is really just a key issue because it's iconic Jim Lee at his best. So there's actually issue number 17 looks very similar to this. I also own number 17, but it is not the man Jim Lee. This is number 27, Jim Lee. So again, this is a key issue just because it's Mr. Lee. So Mr. Lee, hope to have you sign this one day. We shall see. Mr. Lee. That kind of rhymes, Chris. That kind of rhymes.
Oh, it's going downhill here.
Oh, it is. It totally is. It totally is. You got, I got two more. You got, all right,
Go for it.
All right, I'll do one more. So let's see.
Thank God YouTube didn't let us do this live.
We were trying to do it live. YouTube, holy fuck, we could not do anything less than 1,000 subscribers. And we love you guys, but we are only at 31, 32. So we need to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, as Matthew McConaughey would say in The Wolf of Wall Street.
True.
You got to get those numbers up, son. All right. So we are coming at you with 1984 Kitty Pryde and Wolverine #1. This is the short story arc there, but this is the first Ogun, and there is some rumors out there that say that Ogun may appear in the upcoming Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus series coming next month. Or actually, by the time this airs this month, March 2021, on Disney Plus. So if Ogun shows up, you might want to pick this up because first appearance right here, going once, going twice, sold. No. It's, I don't know, Chris. I don't know.
Are we doing this auction? I don't.
I'm glad you brought this up. Now, we love you out there, TCC fans,
right,
the commerce of comics.
We
love you out there, every single blessed one of you. But unfortunately, since October when we launched, we only have 31. And we figured that really 31 is... we're not really high enough up to... really have an auction of our own like the Very Gary Comics. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to our Facebook pages like the commerce, the comic group. We're going to look at eBay, and we might even use our own Instagram page, Commerce of Comics, and just post some pictures of comics. Direct message us, send us some messages because we're going to be posting issues. We're not going to do a live auction on our site until we hit, I don't know.
Apparently 1,000.
Yeah, apparently 1,000. There you go. So, but we do have books to sell. We do have some rare books. We do have some variant covers that we've picked up from days of old, like New York Comic Con variant exclusives from, I don't know, 2012 through 2020, or no, 2019. So reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And without further ado, Chris, take us into your last book.
All right. Last book is Wolverine Origins number 10. This is the Arthur Sadum, and apologies for pronouncing anyone's name wrong, real and fictional. This is number 10. This is the first full appearance of Daken. I know there's some Quesada variants out there. There's one, I think, a 1 in 50 that's going for pretty big money. Daken's a great character.
Chris.
Got killed off for a minute, but he's back now.
All right. Lay it out for us. Tell us who Daken is.
Daken is Wolverine's son.
All right.
If you're watching this, you probably know already.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
He's got 2 claws on top, 1 claw on bottom. Just saying. And anyway.
Do tell.
So, I would, I don't know, I like this. These books are out there. There's some of them out in the dollar boxes. It's just, again, why not? If you're getting Wolverine books, a lot of them are kind of out of the range for the, the average collector, the casual collector. But I think Daken's a good call. I could see him, I think they're gonna cast someone young as Wolverine, and we're gonna have, kind of Wolverine movies for probably 10, 20 years when they get going. So we'll see. We're what's the next Marvel movie coming out? I think they said they're finally open up theaters again.
Black Widow should be next.
Black Widow's probably, but I think
followed by Eternals, maybe.
It's still pushed off till what, like May, June, something like that.
Yeah, at least.
So I think they have plenty of time to do some casting, and we're gonna have 10 to 20 years of Wolverine, I think, and I can't see them not doing a storyline just involving somehow his kids. So,
I don't personally, YouTubers. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't know if this character will make it past the end of this year. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think he has that staying power.
We'll see. Died once, he's back.
Prove me wrong.
We'll see.
All right.
They gotta get Wolvie in there first, but
now you talked about his son may or may not be a bastard. Is it? Are we sure on that yet or no?
Up for debate, I guess.
Up for debate. Okay.
Timelines.
Well, we got for our last book here. We got a slab. We've got not the first appearance. Of course, I don't have the Knicks book that you're all probably thinking of, but I do have a nice virgin cover of X-23 9.8 from our someone that I would love to be friends with, Mr. Shannon Mayer. If you're listening, love your artwork. Definitely love the Harley Quinn #1 Volume 2 covers that you just did. This is from 2020, January 2020, and this is X-Men #2 variant cover with X-23 there. So to round us out, this is the new Wolverine, and love this cover. So had to pick it up in a 9.8 to add it to the PC. But yeah, so whether you're talking about the old Wolverine, the new Wolverine, you just gotta love the character.
Yeah, the all new Wolverine, whatever. I would go grab him. It's gonna happen. That's it.
Well, hope you like this episode. Again, we'll be back soon. We're gonna talk about our time at the Plainville Comic-Con that happened recently in Connecticut, and we'll be back again to round out the end of the Justice League, Ninja Turtles, and some more comic hauls. But until next time, as always, stay safe, stay nerdy.